So the very first thing you do is peel and coarsely dice a potato and boil the crap out of it. We're going to be making mashed potatoes out of this one potato. Of course, you add a shit ton more if you're feeding a big family, but I'm in quarantine, so I'm eating alone. Here we go. Okay, now we mash the hell out of them and let them cool. Hard to do this with one hand. Oh, crap. Anyway, mash your potatoes and do nothing else with them. For the time being, they have to cool. Good morning, my little shut-ins. Here we are, day 3 of my cooking odyssey, and we're gonna make some delicious fresh gnocchi with homemade basil pesto, if I could find the right ingredients. Stand by for that. But let me explain all of this, first of all. 2 things. 1, I'm wearing a bra. I don't know why I chose to put one on today, just to be a little different. Feel a little more normal, so there's that. And then WWBAD. What would Big A do? The answer? She would dance. Big A, of course, was my mother, and anyone who knew her just completely adored her. She could suck you in with one simple little smile. So when she died in 2016, my sister Jody made those rubber bracelets with WWBAD, and we gave it away to everybody. What would Big A do? And that's a lesson to keep in your heart at all times. The shut-in is horrible, but we have to do what we can to make it palatable. So what am I going to do, since I can't sing, although I may sing for you later, is cook and eat. So follow my rules of yesterday, which is get up, get dressed, fachooch up. I'm a little weird Drake today, but whatever. Makeup, hair, weigh yourself every single morning. I didn't gain an ounce yesterday, thank you, Jesus. But do what you would normally do. Exercise, get out and walk. Today, for a change, we have a lovely day. Call and FaceTime with your friends and your family. They still need you as much as they always did. More, in fact. And Jody, thank you for the WWBAD. I know what she would do. I can't dance. I can cook, but I can't dance. Jody is my 4th, get this, my 4th YouTube subscriber. So the rest of you, what are you waiting for? Go subscribe and tell me what you want me to cook, and that's what we'll do. Also, tell me what you want me to sing. I haven't sung anything in 4 weeks, and I'm dying. I'll give you a song. I'll give you a whole freaking concert. So, while our potatoes are cooling, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna buy my ingredients, and I'll be right back. Bye. Okay, everybody. I didn't have the greatest success at the store, but I did what I could. They didn't have a lot of fresh basil, so I bought a plant. And we're gonna make this all in the Vitamix, which is the absolute best thing to mix it in because it liquefies everything. So I'm gonna kind of jerry-rig this recipe a little bit because not a lot of fresh ingredients out there. But what you do is just start with about this much garlic, which I've already peeled. There's a lot, and yeah, I don't know how much that is. Put it in. And then you put in as much basil as you could possibly get your hands on. And as I said, there wasn't a lot at the store, but I bought the one and only sad and pathetic plant that they have, which if I was any kind of a gardener, I would keep this and plant it, but I kill everything except food. So we'll put in, it would be the equivalent of, let's see, in metric tons, it would be a shit ton of garlic and a shit ton of basil that you put in there. That's my measuring. And I don't think this plant is gonna be enough, but we'll start with this. If you get some stem in there, who cares? It's all good. Depending on the flavor and the taste, I bought this, which is a squeezed basil, which actually has more in it than straight basil, so it's not my favorite alternative. But it's a, in a pinch, it's what you got. So, put in that much, whatever. It's still gonna be delicious. Then we're gonna need about this much cheese. I'm guessing. And of course, the key to the whole thing, olive oil. And once again, you're gonna use quite a bit of this. Once I Vitamix this, I'll see what the texture is, what the flavor is, and we'll adjust from there. So I won't Vitamix with you because it's noisy and stupid. So stand by. Here we go. All right. Well, that could not have been easier or more perfect quantities if I tried. It comes out nice and smooth. Can you see any of this? Stand by. I added a little bit of salt. You didn't see me do that, but in Italian words, a pinch of. You know how much that is? It's whatever you want. And it comes out like this. It's quite delicious. Okay, now we move on to the gnocchi. Stand by. And as per usual, I'm back because I forgot to add something very important. So put that back in there. It's really good exactly the way it is, but it can be better. And here's how you make it better. This much pine nuts. Oy. Okay, now we're gonna start to put the gnocchi together. Fair warning, I haven't made this in years, but it's like falling off a bike or riding a horse, right? You don't forget it. I start with a ball of fresh mashed potato that I made. You see it's a little on the thick side on purpose. Put that in this is 1 Idaho baked potato. Start with that. Then we'll put in some flour. I don't care, this much. I don't know how much that is. Mush that all together and try to get it kind of incorporated with each other with a little bit. And blah, blah. You know what? This would be easier to do it without a bowl. So let's just do this. Live and learn. Okay, so now we kind of put the flour together with the potato, gush that all together. Okay, we'll probably add more flours, but that's a place to start. Salt, this is how I measure salt, whatever. And now we're gonna begin by adding some egg. I do a little at a time until I get it to the consistency that I want to. We're gonna be stopping and starting this a lot because I don't have anybody here to film for me, so I'm working it best I can. Okay, keep it off your fingers. Mix the potato, the egg. I'll just keep filming and then I'll edit, take out most of this because I can't touch the thing. Ruin my phone. So while I'm doing this, I can tell it's too moist. So we're just gonna keep adding more. All right, isn't that great? Could I get one other disease-free person to move in with me so we can cook some more yummy things and not have to stop? See if I can stop the camera. Probably not. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Fuck. Okay. I'm back. I didn't add anything else to this aside from what I just told you. So it was about 1.5 cups or so of flour, 1 egg, a couple of pinches of salt, and 1 cold mashed potato. So this is what the dough comes out looking like when you're done. It's pretty and it's delicious, exactly like it is. So then you leave it there for, just let it rest for about 20 minutes or so. And then the magic begins. Stand by. All right. Now I let everything rest and then I cut it into slices and then you roll it out. You'll notice this is a very small amount of pasta because I'm gonna be the only one eating it. Sheesh. But you roll and you pull with your fingers. Can you see that? Until you get it to about the depth of the thickness that you'd like. And that's just all a matter of personal taste. When we were kids and we would be making this, Mom and Dad, taught us how to do it. It would take. We would do it all day long. There would be so much food that it was an assembly line. One kid did the mixing, one kid did the rolling, one did the cleaning up, one did the whatever. Here's the next part of the fun thing. You take this gnocchi and you cut it into pieces about like that. Can you see this? Okay? And I just drop it in a pile of flour. Just make your cuts so that they're as consistent as possible, because when you cook them, it's going to make a difference, so that it cooks evenly, or as close to evenly as you can get. Once you've done that, here's what you do. You take the piece of gnocchi on a board with some flour, but not a lot, and you roll it with your thumb. Bada boom. Say that? And you just give it a little roll, put a little pocket in there. I don't know how well you can see that, but just a gentle little roll, and throw it in a floured cookie sheet, just so that you want this dry before you cook it. So we'll roll, and we'll cut and roll and boom, like this, bada boom, and they're all roughly the same size, right? I could make hundreds of these in a minute, but I'm going slower so you get it. Boom. Moving on. Cut, cut, cut. There's no actual right or wrong way to do this. But if you push down too hard and you mush it into the board, it's not good. All right, I'm gonna finish this. Stand by. Okay, we're almost done with this. This is the fun part. Get the kids together and make a project of it now that we're all stuck at home. When you're not studying reading, writing, and arithmetic, make some gnocchi, make some pesto. It's pretty delicious. This is enough for one. Sorry, kids. If you like it, if it turns out great, I'll do more and send it out. This is all there is on this one. So I'm gonna let this all just sit there and dry a little bit, and it's gonna cook in just a few minutes. Stand by. Okay, we're now to the very best part of the whole thing. The cooking of the gnocchi, which is gonna go very fast. I've got a pot of boiling water here. I added a little bit of salt to it. Look at that. And now we're gonna take our dried gnocchi and just drop it in, and it should sink. And there it is, sinking. Can you see that? Of course you can. Leave it alone and let it do its thing. As soon as it starts to float, it's done. Stand by. Okay, I'm gonna stir enough just to make sure nothing is sticking together very gently. It's a real delicate kind of pasta, and you don't want to break it up too much or hurt it. So I'm just getting it so that it's, there we go. Everything's loose. And now we'll just wait for this to float. You won't cook your gnocchi for more than really a couple of minutes. It's so worth the wait. Okay, I turned down the heat a little bit, and you can see it's starting to float. It's been going, the whole cook time is going to be roughly 4 minutes. Once it's up there, look at that. It's done. Turn off the heat and ladle it out gently into a nice dish. To this, we're going to add our pesto. Look at that. Isn't that perfection? And I did something that I never do, ever do. I made enough for one. It's almost impossible for me to cook for one person, but since I've been doing nothing but carbs for you guys, I had to do this smartly. Every day, piece out, boom, boom, boom. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Follow me, or let's go. This has been so much fun. There's a beautiful bowl of homemade gnocchi. Now we're gonna take this gorgeous pesto sauce that we finally made the right way. and just give it a quick stir. Be generous. Ladle that on. This is my sister's wet dream. Ugh, Candace. Sorry about this, girl. And then very gently toss that sucker together. Homemade pesto. Homemade gnocchi. I'm gonna inhale this. Then I'm gonna put on my walking Uggs. And I'm going to wander around the neighborhood, fat and pathetic and happy as can be. I wish you could be with me. Use a little or as much as you want. And of course, take the cover off. These are so stupid. If you're gonna serve this to folks, clean it there. Make it pretty. Bada boom. Abundanza. Al fresco. Bon appetit. All of those good things. Tomorrow, biscuits. Well, my father would be very proud of me for this. It's the perfect gnocchi. It's the perfect pesto. Oh, I should be drinking, shouldn't I? I forgot. Gather your people together, make some nice pasta, do it together, and send me your videos. Because I'm eating by myself, and that sucks. But it's so delicious, and I feel close to you all right now. Thanks for playing. Go to my YouTube, subscribe to my channel. What would Big A do? And tomorrow, there will be no braziers.